So now I'm going to segue into the second part of my presentation on how do you select protein ingredients. So today in the marketplace, you will see, or if you see literature or read any leading food publication, you see the plethora of options available for proteins. There are different formats, there are different sources, there are even emerging sources that you hear about. But as a developer, if you have to choose one, how do you start thinking about it? And I would argue you can start thinking about it by thinking of a value proposition framework, or in other words, what is the value that you think protein is going to bring to your product, to your brand, and ultimately to your consumer. And this is, in this particular example, we start with looking at protein source as first consideration at the bottom of the pyramid. And these sources could be, are they coming from animal proteins like dairy protein or egg protein? Could be coming from plant-based proteins like soy or pulses like pea or chickpea or fava and so on. Could be emerging sources. Source could also mean, is it a top 8 allergen or it's not an allergen? So that could be your first consideration. Then it moves through several other technical details like, is it approved for food use? Is it safe to consume, especially if it's a new protein ingredient? Does it have the right functionality? How it is made, are solvents used in making those proteins, and how it might show up on your label. And then nutrition, that's another very important aspect which we'll talk in detail in few slides. And then there's several other requirements, including brand requirements and so on, but the most important of all is taste at the top. What I want to emphasize with this example is, this is not one size fits all approach. Depending on your application, you might have to rethink this approach. You might have to think about what works for your particular application or your particular brand.